So often it ends up in a Klay Thompson or Steph Curry transition three. Great find from DiVincenzo.
Thompson, 2 points per shot.
They made that trade where they were positioned that they would be in this position right now. Even Memphis has got to, they're just sitting a second person there. And then they're going to run Looney back there to 8.
Ball in the lane, starting to get it going now. 3 straight buckets.
Chris Paul ran into referee Josh Tiven after that jump ball. He was upset because ultimately he couldn't close out the Jordan Poole there for the 3.
He comes back though and swishes home the jumper. Can we truly gauge Phoenix at all if we don't see Kevin Durant until the playoffs? Do we really have an idea?
The defensive end. Getting up on Booker, getting up on Durant. There's the closeout. And the shot for Kevin Durant. 10-point game. Biggest lead for the Suns has been 16. Pocket pass inside 8. Nice little up and under.
Suns ending a 5-game road trip. They lost last night in Atlanta. They won their first 3 against Boston, Brooklyn, and Detroit.
That's just Patrick Beverley did this to Chris Paul. Because one of the things that happened.
Here's Paul on the outside. Lob it up. The answer from Ayton.
Like I said, I watched him in college. I just never thought that his athleticism was off the charts like this.
What a pass. Chris Paul to Busy, rolling for 2. Now it's Chris Paul at his 15 points in the first quarter. Shot clock inside of 5. No-look feed to Torrey Craig was a beauty.
Remember, but Nurkic and Jokic were on the same team in Denver. And they traded Nurkic to Portland.
Nice cut. Craig to the rack.
Defense first team. That's the incredible accomplishment. Oh, look at that pass.
Joined at the trade deadline. Dame, after 29 games, was out. Beautiful pass on the move. Bridges runs the floor. A game of angles.
8.6 boards for Wagner. Paul on a crossover. Left Fultz in his tracks. They will verify the next time out. Booker working on Melton. Drives the pass to Paul. Eyes up on the shot clock. Step back 3 on the way.
That was good.
Paul attacking. Good job by Hernan Gomez.
Needing to convert. What a game tonight. What a doubleheader on TNT tonight. Paul springs free and lays it in.
Got to rely more on structure and the ball movement.
Minute and a half into the second quarter. Paul high over Thaddeus Young, the veteran.
No matter where he's been, he has handled it very, very well.
Chris Paul shakes Bullock. Tough shot.
Swings it across to Okogie.
Oh, that was good.
Nearly turned it over. 3 on the shot clock. Step back 3 coming from Chris. Bucket.
Bridges throws it in the corner. Clock down. They'll kick it to Paul. 4. 3 seconds. Deep 3. Good. Hall of Famer.
Well, sign language between Chris Paul and Biz. Setting the screen. Pump fake.
And who for CP3?
CP3 to take it inside himself. Got the putback.
Paul checks his feet. Got the mismatch with Jackson. He'll fade and knock it down.
Worked hard to get that one over Okogie, but he did it.
Hornets letting Chris Paul get to his spot.
Losing streak at 10. And he said, look, this team is still engaged. Yep.
Here comes Paul once more. Wow. Neto got hit with a hard screen as Paul teardrops at home.
Paul probing. Well, he's been doing that for a long time.
Down the shot. He's been spectacular here in this third quarter. Paul, desperation. Oh, mercy. Paul plus 4 reserves for the Suns. Craig Lee, Wainwright, Biyombo as Paul wheels his way into a 15-footer that's good.
This team right now, only an 11-point lead.
Booker slips behind the defense. Jackson trying to cut into it, unable to do so. Nuggets 1 of 2. And
Ayton sets his screen.
Paul bounces it inside. There's Ayton again by himself.
Sharp was over the back of Ayton. They allow him to get away with it.
Paul in a drive up top to D.A. with the Bahamian. Boom!
They're sort of an old-fashioned team. They don't get a lot of free throws, not a ton of layups.
Beyond ball. And he got it from Chris
He got
Paul.
a layup there, though.
These Rockets are going to hoist it up. They're coming off a game in Portland on Friday. They lost with
Karl Anthony Towns defensively into really difficult situations.
Paul through. Got it! On a 7-0 run, the Suns had built their biggest lead. Here's Paul, gets a switch. Deep three over Boucher. Line it up. Look him off. Count the three.
You want guys to overplay.
And Gomez stepping out. Chris Paul stepping in.
Again, this is the second night of a back-to-back for both teams. Washington home, one against the Sixers.
That's why we're all here. We have a love affair with it.
Especially when you're winning. Here's Paul.
Chris Paul, he thought about three.
You got it. Everybody stay home.
Yep, over Dyson, and it stays home.
Kings with a 9-2 run. Paul in a drive across the paint with a pull-up.
Bertans. Then Paul goes right by him and lays it in.
His 20th of the season. Skip pass for Bridges. Drives on Williams. A topside Chris Paul rhythm three. It's in.
This is when having Chris Paul and the ball in his hand to manage the time.
Weaving through traffic. And that beautiful pull-up. Booker will take it beneath his wing. Chris Paul with a three.
6 on the shot clock. Got the matchup he wants. 3. Paul.
Shamet takes the deep straightaway three off the mark. Busy with a back tap. Paul from the corner. Hustle from T. Craig. Paul gets to that left hand, floats it up and in.
So now they got to play defense. 7-point game. Paul, ball fake. Had some space, and Chris Paul.
With 9 here today. Leads back up to 25. Chris Paul floats it up. Shot is good. The half to get within 5. Paul looks at a 3. Drives it and lays it home.
This is why the Denver Nuggets are now a contender. You've got an all-star caliber point guard and an MVP big man. Your roster is looking loaded right now, ladies and gentlemen.
But the free ball has kept them in the neighborhood. Now Chris Paul challenged by and gets it again.
Comes that high screen to try and lose LeVert on the outside and make the big men have to play Chris Paul.
Paul takes a contested three and hits.
Chris Paul over Collins and good. And barking at the official, wanted him.
Warned him prior to the game. I told the story. Bismack Biyombo said no finger rolls in here. And Chris Paul with the midi at the other end. Mike Brown calls timeout.
Comes Shamet right back to Chris Paul. And Paul will get the 2.
Ayton averages about 8 rebounds a game. Here comes Paul. His 3 is good. Ross tries to penetrate. Paul on top. Shot clock at 4. The taller Najee there. Stop and start, and Paul hits. Chris. Thought 3, maneuvers for 2, and a 14-footer is in.
41 seconds remaining.
How's Biyombo even out there right now?
Yeah. Talk about courage.
Tough man. Focus.
Paul over Collins again.
Cross to Johnson. Shot clock inside of 5. Paul steps right, throws it up, and scores.
Landale slides down inside. Able to hit the deck and make the save. Shot clock winding down. And it's CP3.
Paul, 5 points, 3 assists, just 2 for 6 from the floor. Around the Ayton screen, weaving through defenders, gets it to fall.
19 for Barnes. Over these last 5 games, he's averaged almost 19. Paul working on Lyles. Left of the lane.
Paul works on Okoro. Okoro recovers. Paul's jumper is true.
Paul 12 assists tonight. Comes off the screen of Ayton that pins Lillard, giving Paul enough room to shoot and score.